G'day, if you're new here, this is my Let's Play channel. I usually do a lot of guides under ILLIBET Gaming, and I also sometimes stream over on Twitch under ILLIBET. As you clicked on this video, I am assuming you do know what Soulmask is already, but just in case you don't, we are an open world survival game with PvE and PvP aspects, akin to games like Conan Exiles, Ark Survival Evolved, Rust, things like that. There have been a bunch of new stuff being released, so I thought I'd make a little Let's Play series that will also go into some guide aspects, a bit of how to play, as well as discovering some of the new stuff together with you all. We're here on the character customization menu, which they've not changed a great deal, but we've got a couple more base options. Let's go kind of like that one. We'll go with her. You can rotate your character, which is cool. I do enjoy this hairstyle, not gonna lie. It's probably my favorite. Gotta go white hair. The hair colors, you know, not the hugest options. Yeah, also not the hugest options yet, but we are still in early access, which is one of the biggest important factors to remember. Things are always changing and these devs truly care, so they are generally improving constantly and quite regularly. That's why I'm having a little fiddle around again from the beginning. Let's go white. I'll stay medium height because I think that'll be beneficial. Body size, that's a little bit too on the famine. That's, you know, ideally would be, but that's a bit more realistic to real life. Also, that's skinny fat. It'd just be ripped, but no. And big boobs in games always. Also not accurate to real life. Let us go next. Get a little bit of a cutscene. There's also a cutscene that you may have seen briefly at the beginning of the video. If I did bother to include it. Ooh. That was all a little bit different and new and strange and interesting and unusual. So the different masks do have different benefits with what they do when you pick them. I like this one because she's all like, scrutinize stuff, but they do different stuff. And you can get other masks later on in the game and get certain different ones and level them up. So that's a nice thing to keep in mind. This turquoise does look the best, so we'll keep it as turquoise. Let us be a drop there. Oh, and we have awakened. Oh, it even shows our mask. How nice, how nice. Hints towards some portals later to come. Now, you do spawn in with some soup, and I do have it on, for the most part, 2 times what official would be, but it's 1.5 in some areas and 0.5 in others, and like where it would be respective, I'll try to remember to mention it. I do believe harvesting plants and boxes is regular, but possibly box drops and dungeon drops is multiplied, as well as animal drops, potentially. But we do have our little guide here on the top left-hand corner, which is definitely worth doing because it will give us a lot of XP. If you are new to the game, it can be a little bit overwhelming with all the menus. You can hide them with F11, but I advise keeping them open for little hints of what to do. And that journey quests up the top really do help, so probably don't skip them, but you can hide them if it's something that you're not going to be able to do for a while. So our first quest is to craft some gear and tools, and it wants us to gather some stone, wood, and bushes. We do that by looking and pressing E for the most part. Gathering is a fairly decent source of XP like most survival games, and it's definitely worth doing. If you need further information, you can in fact open up the further information tab, which goes a little bit more into detail on a few things. Go around and pick up all of this. And we are likely going to want to get ourselves a tribesman sooner than later because we can go and take them over pretty early game these days. Highly beneficial. Let's try and find a bush I can actually loot, one of these ones. It is a smidge slow on the hand gathering for shorties, but you can eventually get some pretty decent weapons. And if you aren't familiar with the game, automation via having the tribesmen who will have different advantages and perks and things. I can't remember what buttons are, but from the inventory though, we can go to our general stats page, which all the tribesmen will have different ones of these, but they will also have different levels of proficiency, although our base character's now been far buffed from what it originally was. And we can also absorb HP and different stats and things from our various tribesmen rather than controlling them. You can actually just greatly improve your current character. So that'll be fun at some point. So press T now to unlock the campfire technology or to craft one if you've already unlocked it. Tab. So I need to unlock it. Press on that. Oh, got to click over here. What am I doing? Now I do believe this is free. No, it doesn't got 1 point. Outrageous. Oh, this one's the free one. There we are. Oh, we'll be learning that goes free. Although you can get pretty easily. Most of this is free also, so you might as well learn it all. Does not take these knowledge points, which you can see up in this top corner. You can reset your knowledge, but it will start to cost some green crystals eventually. So definitely save that for later on. But if you do certain activities throughout the game, you can increase these knowledge points by touching tablets and stuff. But I'll mention those when we get to them. Unlock some primitive tools, and probably that guy. And definitely the basic slaughtering, that. And that's going to cost me some points. Same with these guys, but definitely well worth it. Basic carpentry, definitely that guy. Now, because I am 2 times, you probably won't have this much strength awareness yet. It will be half as slow if you're on official or however much your server settings are on. I just didn't want to stray too far from official settings, just in case people want to use this as a bit of a guide. Food is super handy, but we don't have enough for that. Basically, we don't have enough for anything. Cool. Need to acquire a thatch box. Did I not acquire that? What a weirdo. There we go. You can also make a pretty basic bed if you need. Never made one of those, actually. It does look like we've got a bit of a tribe camp just there. So they might notice us. But you can't loot boxes usually when enemies are about. Where even am I on the map? I haven't even looked where I spawned in. Oh, this is really good. Okay, there's a temple just here that does have some green crystal in it that I will be able to touch pretty easily. That's well worthy, and apparently some dudes there and a box, so I'll be able to get a few things. So let's craft some tools. Where's my, here we go, spear. Don't have enough for my spear, and you can unselect what you don't want to use as well. But it doesn't mean that you have to use both logs and hardwood. You can pick either. I will need the axe. And you do have a chance, much like in Ark, to craft better quality things. So I could potentially get a better quality axe than that, or a better quality pick. These things don't matter super a lot because you'll be upgrading fairly soon. But do try to craft the best tier of weapon that you can before you move on to the next area. And the higher certain levels of these type of things are in this O menu will definitely play a bit of a factor. So probably going to put some into production output is nice. But I think we want some strength at the moment because that also gives us carry capacity. You add your points and you can cancel or confirm. You can also get unique talents now also, which is kind of cool. And probably some physique. And the more I cut down trees or do other activities, the more I will get XP in that, and then eventually be able to pick points here. But as I can only get to 60, I can only take advantage of these buffs, hence where the characters transferring to the tribesmen and etc. comes in handy. So I need a couple of logs. Let's cut down a tree. Well, let's actually stand next to a tree and do that. We also need to craft a campfire, which I do believe I have some of the decay timer turned down or off also. But yeah, keep in mind you may not be leveling up quite this quickly. Or maybe you're leveling up a lot quicker. But regardless, if you're on official settings, about half it. You can also swap around the order of which you want things to be crafted, which is quite handy. You cannot cancel things if it is only one thing, which is a little sucky, but not the worst. Oh, we got a decent spear, but I'm going to try again. I will soon be able to get a stone spear, but that's beside the point. Oh, that one sucked more. Do get a little bit of weapon crafting, I believe, maybe from this. Yes, it does tell you down the bottom. We got to find one, which I believe is better than good, but you can tell by the different damage. I got 1 extra damage, and then you can press V on these and dismantle. Not everything you're going to get full amounts back from, but yeah, it's definitely a bit better. So having a campfire is essentially a bedroll, but it will go out if it rains. So I also advise making yourself a floor. And we're going to need some rope for that. Where's rope at? Did I even learn it? I did. You can also press max craft for certain stuff, but we do need to go and collect more grass for some more rope. As you can see, I'm now killing it with my collections. Press F, throw that, bring that here. Nope, didn't bring it here. So rude. If it's slightly higher level, it'll bring it here. You can save your hunting score. It's cool. Check it out. Not really sure what it particularly does, but use my hunting knife to hack it up. You can capture babies of all sorts and mounts and actually ride them about and breed them and things. You can actually see what they are at a certain point if you upgrade levels in your mask node. But they do require green crystals. We'll be able to acquire some of those green crystals from that temple. I was quite excited that I'd spawned near, so we can unlock some of those fairly early. Go away tip thing. So by simply pressing F, we can craft all of that, get ourselves up a decent amount of rope, and also our weaving proficiency. Make ourselves a foundation, at least, maybe, yeah, no, just 1 for now. Maybe we'll make like 4. Having no bonfire will not help the decay, like this little fire won't stop the decay of this building, but it doesn't really matter too much. It's not wildly expensive. It does give me a little bit of floor space, and you can pick most things up again. Is me roof at? Yeah. Make 2. That's apparently all I can make. And you drag them into the slot. Eventually you get a repair hammer and it makes things much easier. Let's give it a little bit of a boost. Rude. I shall mine this stone then, I suppose. What stones are in my way? Really? I thought he was not a real stone. So yeah, you do have to be on quite a clear area, but it doesn't necessarily have to be flat. It does make building a smidge easier, but it does not have to be. And then... yeah. This won't keep us safe from anything. But I might acquire myself a little tribesman if I place a bonfire here. Maybe a regular fire? I don't think so, but a bonfire will make him come. So I'll put that for now. Make that go away. So essentially, as long as I keep this lit, I can respawn here, which is pretty nice. I can drag resources over here. A little bit of bark for now. That'll increase the timer to 1 hour. Putting the premium wood will increase it to that amount of time, so I'll probably put that. And I can also use it as a bit of a storage container too for some of this stuff. But I actually need some of that stuff to see what I can build for benches. Which is probably not a great deal, but you can kind of go into this one. Oh, need some more thick rope, of course. Need some more vines, endlessly. It's pretty easy to kill the crabs early game to get some stuff. I highly advise doing that for some early hunting levels. But whenever you craft things at the benches, you or a tribe mate will have to be present. You cannot tame tribesmen until you get a certain awareness, I do believe, in your masks. So let's craft more rope. And we'll potentially be able to make a carpenter's table now. We can. Might as well make a butcher's table because I can always. Oh, I don't really need one right now though. Particularly. I should probably cook some meat though. I'm simply adding it into the inventory, but if it's in a box nearby, it'll always draw it forth. And depending on your server settings, your stuff will slowly construct, hence why it has dodgy durability currently. It's still constructing. But things like this have to be placed up here. So therefore, I will likely need to have a bonfire, or this will start to decay eventually, depending on your server settings. Let's make some weapon handles. I'll make 3. Nice. I should put some of this stuff into here, maybe. Oh, look at my food snacks go, yum. Different food can also give you buffs. For the most part, they do state them, and you can stack different buffs. Also, it's like a vegetable or a savory staple with a meat and a beverage and some other ones later on. That's a fun thing to keep in mind. As long as this fire is lit, I should be able to respawn here. Not a huge deal if I die because I do have keeper loot on death, so I like that for me. Let's kill some of these crablets. Save me data. Data is saved. Data. Don't know, Australia, man. Obtaining all things. Let's see. Pretty sure I can't repair anything yet. Nope. Can possibly unlock some more things soon. Nope. Still need awareness strength 8 at least. I could certainly learn linen gear. That wouldn't be hateful, to be honest. Then when I can go over here, I can craft a necklace. Because going up to this little temple will have likely some pigs or some tapirs or something at it. I think it's tapirs. Could be dogs. I think it's tapirs. Where do I craft linen again? Definitely gonna need more. It's been like 4 years just harvesting fiber. Worthy. And don't forget to regularly check back on your proficiency thing. And you obviously do need stamina to do harvesting and stuff like that too. So if you do harvest too quick sometimes and you're like, why am I doing stuff? That would be why. And then... Oh, and I got a vanilla one. That sucks. See what I get for them. We'll craft 2 of them. Craft 2 shoes. What the possibilities are. Let's continue crafting, harvesting while that's crafting. You can also eventually tame a different random tribesmen about and not actually tame them, just steal their gear, which is a nice little boost to early game. Occasionally, even if you just kill them, they will drop good stuff in their pockets. They will drop different stuff upon taming them, but not actually taming them. Knocking them out. We'll check back on my proficiency very shortly. I reckon it's worth checking on. Where am I? Yeah. Proficiency. Harvesting, oh, it's 30. I couldn't quite remember. That. Oh, some purple. That's not too bad. Let's uncraft those. You can keep slightly better stuff for your tribesmen if you so desire. Craft some more thicker rope. I said F, man. Oh, it's not too bad. We'll put that on for now. Mind to try and get a slightly better one. Meanwhile, I am also gathering up at least a few berries so I can eat some of those for some snacks too. And I get a little bit of a buff. If I make a bed and a shelter, I can get a little bit of a rested buff, which will increase some of my XP gains. Highly worth doing. The more comfortable your house, the higher that buff becomes. So adding better quality material to your house, adding decorations, stuff like that. The better the fires. What else did I get? Oh, look out. Try and make a better shoe, then it'll be a while off being able to make this ring because I need the calcite. Oh, nimble movement. That's fun. Don't know what that means for me, but it's fun. I need... You can also reset these later on. Very nice. Although, wouldn't mind trying again. Oh, see, this was worth it. They were not worth it. Let's try again. See, worth it. Got epic. I'd highly advise getting an all epic gear prior to doing the next lot of stuff. As you can see, I got a lot of life back. Or life in my life. And you can also climb in this game if you get the good angles. So, where is this camp? Around this cliff a little bit. I don't have any bandages. I believe I will require more linen for anyway. Don't think I have. Don't have them there. So, yeah. I was like, I thought you could land them in your pocket. Because I hadn't unlocked them. That was pretty crazy. Do end up finding a fair few around the place. Let's change the order of that. And sometimes you can get double the crafted item as well. So if you're like, oh, I only crafted one of those. Why do I have so many? Oh, I accidentally crafted many. You didn't. It sometimes just crafts more. Now, tapirs will fight you if you fight them first. But they're not too strong. So it's worthy. And we get some beast hides, which is super important for making other stuff. Getting herbs, pretty handy. I did say it wasn't super important to have the tools to be fancy level at this level, but the higher level they are, they won't gather more things, but they will have a lot more durability. Which, to be honest, is pretty dang handy. You can kill stuff in different ways and get better scores. Oh, that one. Thank you. And I want to apply a bandage just so I'm nice and full health. And then we can do the life perception and scan for nearby enemies. Nothing so far. These herbs, not so handy yet, but will be later. In case I didn't mention that just before. And now we can potentially knock things out. Oh, it wants me to craft one more foundation. Oh no, dogs. Dogs suck if you're not prepared for them. And even sometimes when you're prepared, and they often come in packs of 3, so there might be another one. I don't have a headset on, so that's my stupid. Was not prepared. Yeah, you can also repair broken stuff. To a certain degree, you will need a repair bench for other things. Some things, if you can make it in your pocket, you can repair it in your pocket. Oh, we went way too far around. Another reason to press the life perception, which you can later level up and improve greatly. Oh, I believe that's it over there. These guys are often just aggressive here always with these temples. Oh, and they're a bit higher level. Oh no, am I going to kill them before they kill me? Just, my god. Lucky I made bandages and fully healed. Tell you what. Might even eat another cooked meat. It was insane to me. That other one hasn't noticed me yet, but he will. So I can press F at him. Bring him. Get over here. And then he's stunned, and then we got him. And yay. Their proficiency is going up. Hack them up as always. I achieved some fun achievements. I'm not sure what they were, but they were achieved. And now we want the box. Take you 1 moment to harvest it. Open it. And you cannot while stuff is around. We got 2 green crystals that will vary. We got some of these guys, which we can use to recover our mask energy. And then the claws and the bones. That could be different stuff. Oh, and a calcite. So we want to withdraw all with T. And depending on your server settings, it's like 15-20 minutes for that to respawn. And occasionally you can also find tablets about. I do believe this one has 0 tablets about. But they have added and changed things, so it is good to have a little look-see-poo. It's quite easy to set a marker to where you put your stuff. I believe was here, so I will go V and create a shortcut marker for over there. I would also be able to mark that temple's location and have a marker so I can easily locate it again. Not gonna go on a wild journey. So you can jump down stuff pretty easily also, as long as you like kind of touch an edge, you won't take too much damage. Ah, my marker was well off, but wasn't too bad. I do need another foundation. Make 1 more, and then it'll likely want me to build some other stuff. Now it wishes us to make the bonfires. We'll also need a few more roofs, at least that many. Then we gotta press T and unlock a bonfire if we are high enough level, and we are at awareness 10. At this point I highly advise unlocking stone weapons, at least spears, but I also do like the jewel beads quite a lot. I quite like everything really. They've all got fun little perks and it's quite nice, pretty OP, worth unlocking. If stuff has decayed slightly, you cannot pick it up if it's not repaired, so keep that in mind. If you haven't placed a bonfire, do try to do it quickly. It does cost a fair bit to construct one. So I can craft down some more trees. Different trees give different stuff. Some trees give a lot more hardwood than others. A lot more wood in general. And the bigger your proficiency, the better you are at stuff. So if you get a follower with a really high proficiency, send them to that task. Now let's place some more ceiling. I can also relocate this. It will pick up the stuff in the campfire. Oh no, never mind, just relocating. I was thinking of the other one. Now I can craft the bonfire. It cannot be placed too close to pre-existing structures, but that should be pretty good. Now I very well might get a dude to come visit me. We've got a turkey nest which we can harvest for stuff, maybe. Oh, see then this guy, he wants to join. I press F1. He's now my friend. We love him. I can view items, deploy. Eventually I'll be able to take over them. They've got some fairly decent stuff on them. Some free soups, which we will take, and we'll give them some meat. They'll be able to cook up a lot more meat. They don't particularly come with any fun weapons or anything. I will certainly need to harvest. Oh, game instructions. Huh. You can hear what he has to say, apparently. Then we can also see tribesmen's works, and if I go over here, I can scroll over here and look at the various stuff from here. Also, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. They're level 21, much higher level than me, fairly decent outcome. They could end up staying around for a while, that's not too horrible. And different tribes have different crafting bonuses, whether it be better at fighting or crafting or whatever. But this guy's like not too heinous for a beginning dude, to be honest. So I can straight away set him to maintain this campfire by going assign a worker, and they will add whatever from boxes to here, which is pretty cool. So you can also go to the actual vagabond themselves. I want them to camp upkeep, and we want it to be this one. 100% for auto repair. They will work. Now, they will do that. They will get stuff out of benches, I guess. But you can also set fuel type. So I don't want it to say take the hardwood or the logs particularly, because I quite need them. But it can burn the premium hardwood for now, because whatever. I'll get more of that at a later date. And if I am to add the, say, the sticks into their inventory there, in theory they should put it in here. Oh, nice. This also acts as a respawn point, so I can in fact pick this guy up or take his fuel and add it to that one and take it with me on my travels. So for that I would go retrieve. Again, cannot have damaged durability to be able to do that. Cook a whole bunch of that up. If you do have something like a well or some juice or something, they will be self-sufficient and drink that, but sometimes they won't. But it's good to have a water skin in their pocket, which I shall have to go down here and refill the water. And yes, you can feed them salt water, doesn't matter. And you don't actually need to look at it, you just need to drink it with it in your inventory at all. Mind going and checking out that little camp there now. Have a smidge more set up, give it a chance to respawn. Boop. I can build a mat for them to sit on and they'll regen their energy and mood and all of that, although I do have their mood turned down and the more mood they get turned up. Might as well put that on them. And I could always continue just trying to craft better things here. And if I don't get better things, put them on them. But if I get better things, look out. Although to be fair, that could be much better than that. But regardless, it's not like Conan, so they will lose durability on that stuff. Anyway. Make another shirt. Make another shirt. That one came out very poorly. Make another shirt. Sometimes you just keep on trying. Could potentially get them to make another shirt. See, red shirt. Beautiful. That's the best outcome. Slightly better luck. Oh, I believe that's the last pants I can make, and they came out pretty shit. Is anything better for this guy? That one is, and that one is. Nothing else is. Dismantle. And I can also unlock some mask knowledge, I do believe. So we want to get to that. Well, we'll figure that out a bit later because they have changed some stuff, but let's go have a little look at these guys here. Oh, we have a novice hunter. I can't like actually hold down and see their cool stuff yet, but then if you get them down, you can deter them. Couldn't think of what the word was before for taming in this game. And do the same thing, and you can turn up your UI, the AI, so they're not so shit. You get a bit more of a challenge, but the higher level dudes are just generally much better. And now we've tamed some of these guys. We go over here and we can steal stuff off them, like that stone blade. And we can also check them out by pressing nothing. We can't check them out yet. So basically we have to tame them. And you need liquid food for that. These two are both likely going to be shit because they are low level. But they could also be the best ones you've ever seen in your life. And I do have the increased chance of having better dudes turned up. And I got a little bit of soup out of that box, a little bit of clay, some bandages. That'll respawn in a while. You can also sometimes get things like ash out of their campfire, steal their branches, use it to cook things. You can even use the benches in their camps, which is pretty cool. I do believe there's also a monkey nest just up near that other camp. I'll be able to find it. You can also tame monkeys once you get a little camp, a little trap. You can take fruit out of their nests too. There's the other one. Placing them in a bed will also tame them much quicker. But I currently don't have a bed. Their hunger and all of that's right up there. The higher that is, the quicker they will tame too. Come on, man. Ooh, he had a bluestone greatsword. We'll take that off him too. Although I'll likely just have to put it back on them. But I'll repair it first because it's cheaper than crafting new ones, to be honest. 3 balls. And basically you just got to get to 500, I believe, to gain recognition, which is going out really quickly. I may even have that turned up, to be honest. Or just because they're low level, they might be going quicker. And depending on your server settings, you do have a max cap of potential followers. I don't have that currently on. I need to make a box. They will take stuff out of boxes, but not necessarily the campfire. Need to make one more wooden handle to make the game happy. I can also assign tribesmen to do this dirty work for me. Craft 1 stone weapon. I don't have quite enough flint yet. I could dismantle some of those other flint stuff. But I reckon we just harvest another stone, get a little bit more flint hopefully. There we are. There's a bit of a rarer drop. Oh, and there's some calcinite. Let's go. A fairly decent ring. I'll take it. It's better than nothing right now. And I guess I'll probably make some jewel plates. Maybe a spear. Spear's pretty handy early on, to be honest. Let's see how these guys are going. Damn near already done. Crazy. If I'd had a bed, they'd be done. Not too bad. And I should be able to repair these by pressing F. Oh, I need more wooden handles. What? Oh, I don't have it learnt. That's why I can't repair it. Another good reason to have a repair bench, to be honest. Now, I do wonder if this has respawned yet up here. I'm not even sure how long ago it was. It was at least 10 minutes ago. It's worth having a go while I'm still waiting for those other dudes. We will likely have to go all the way around. So as you can see, it's not wildly hard to get started in Soulmask. The harder stuff comes a little bit later, and once you start delving into all of the menus and such. But the beginning little part here and just getting to like level 10 or so is like really straightforward. And the other parts is why you have me and this little series here to help figure out. Because yeah, it can be a little bit tricky and where to get certain resources and such. They have upgraded a lot of that, harder to get resources that are a lot more easy to acquire from multiple sources now. Wish I could remember where that monkey den was. It does look like our animals are back. And I can kill them. You barely got me at all. Get over here. And another fun thing about this game is like nighttime and stuff actually plays a huge importance rather. So you can actually have concealment paint and concealment mods that matter. You're less likely to be seen by the enemies, sneaking up on them. There's sneak damage. It's really quite fun. If you do like a survival craft that's a little bit more in depth, this is definitely one for you. And like I said, they're constantly improving upon all of the silly little mechanics that are found every now and then. Things that are just a little bit unuser friendly. They listen to the users and go, oh shit, let's make that a bit friendlier. Obviously, they don't want it to make it the easiest game in the world, so it always will be challenging, but they also don't want you to punch yourself in the face constantly. Only mildly, and sometimes. It's about balance. Scarlet macaw. Dead. You can also capture them. I believe that is a monkey nest, or am I tripping? It's a rock. I'm going to get its bits. Love to find the monkey nest. There's lots of dungeons to do later game, which keeps it quite interesting, and different types of bush dog. Different types of thrall camps to discover, so they're not all quite the same. Different mobs, different bosses. Lots of different mobs. And different mobs drop different resources, which you can actually see if you go to your character and you go to one of these, I believe. It shows you. No, I'm not sure it is now, actually. Here under K, we can go to hunting log and see what we've hunted, but we can also get a gallery and then look at what they drop and whether they're tameable and what's required to tame them. That's pretty fun. Type of food and stuff they like, because it can be hard to figure some of that stuff out. So if you do look hard enough, you can, for the most part, find the tips you are looking for. Sometimes they just don't have the tips either. Or you may not realize that that also relates to that and whatever. These trees here are actually a pretty good source of tree usually. I say that as I get not very much tree from it. There we go, that's a bit better. Yes, no monkeys so far. Could have sworn. If you are ever going away anywhere to like pee or eat a food or anything and you are staying logged into the game, it's definitely recommended to do some AFK crafting. And they've now got dummies, so you can do some AFK battling. You can even go as one of your followers, so that way they will level up. To unlock that, that'll be on the next episode. We've got to venture up to one of these mysterious ruins and touch a tablet up there, and then we can become almighty. But I reckon our dudes are probably tamed now, so let's go claim them. Essentially, they will die of starvation, but until that happens... Oh, missed him. They'll just stay there. There's another thrall camp. They are, to be fair, probably everywhere. They've added in a lot more lower level ones about. I wonder if they're back already. I haven't been going very long. They'd be pretty crazy if they were. But who knows? Got single player games. Oh, almost didn't have stamina. Didn't have stamina. He got me. Oh, rude. So also we'll get things unlocked like these with certain XP. So I just unlocked that one. So I'm going to get better stuff now. Slightly. It's definitely worth killing everything you see. And I should really just be harvesting everything as I walk past here also. Oh, they are back. It's pretty easy to release tribesmen if you do not want them. So again, it's fairly worth just trying to tame them all, just in case one's a god roll. You can eventually actually see, whoa, the hammers are crazy. No, I'm scorching hot by the fire. Take him away. Yeah, so he's respawning back awfully quickly, or it went past midnight? No, it didn't. If you're in a camp, they will not respawn. I don't think if you've got certain settings on. To be fair, I might have these settings turned up to be quicker. Couldn't tell ya. Their weight and your weight will be added together, so if your pockets are very full and their pockets are very full, or they just happen to weigh a lot, you will move very slowly. So taking encumbrance, savory foods like something potato related usually does help, but that is for probably a few episodes from now, to be honest. Neither of these guys had blue stuff on them. How rude. Oh, he had a green wooden hammer. Don't even have a hammer. Would have been nice with a stone one. But now that these guys have reached their 500, I can recruit them. Now I do have a max number of 3 until I do upgrade some of the masky bits. These ones, yeah. So I may have to make decisions if some of these guys are shitter. So now I can go tribesmen's work and look at his stats over here at just a quick little glance. He doesn't have any particular fun things. He's a night walker, which means not much to me right now. I think he gets better damage at night. Does have decent jewel blade and spear and stuff. He's actually not too bad. He has an awful lot of debuffs, but they can lose those. But it's essentially, well, at least it was. They could have changed it. It was kind of set in stone, so you might as well tame a fully leveled one because they'll get what they can get. That won't change. Ah, there we go. He likes living in a herd. So let's tame this one and see what it gave us. We are at our limit now, so there's that. So this one is okay too, but I am likely to just disregard them because he does have the origin guard, which is quite nice, but these kind of suck. Like, I don't have an alpaca, so he'll get sad. You can go through them that other way that I showed you as well, but sometimes this is just easy. Mild heat. The guard 3, that is not horrible. We'll keep the hunter, we'll get rid of the guard. That one's a warrior. Let's look at them because they may have some cool masteries also. This can be different on different ones. Yeah. I say that I get rid of this one. So what I would do is dismiss, but you want to get everything off them first. Bye. And then they'll just dip. There's very few confirmations. So don't do it hastily. If you're not already, consider subscribing. Like the video if you liked the video. Head over to my ILLIBET gaming channel if you want to see some survival gaming guides, mostly on Conan Exiles, but I dip into other ones here and there too. And if you want to hang out in real time, check out my Twitch channel where we often go live, but I do sometimes on my other YouTube too. Really depends how I feel. Stick around for the next episode and we'll be delving more into some of the beginner life in Soulmask. And let me know in the comments if you've played this game before or look forward to playing it and all that good stuff. I love to hear from you guys. And until next time, I hope you have an excellent day, evening, night, morning, whatever it may be, wherever you may be. Have a good one.